Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the practice log. Alright, well, another night session's coming up. It's not quite night yet. It will be soon, though. Don't you worry. This is a night session. Welcome to Sore Hands After Dark. Let's get weird tonight. Alright, let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? Yeah, man, it's been a long day. I taught a lot of lessons today. Taught a lot of you guys today, actually. Pretty fun time. What's on the docket tonight? Morel Sonatina. Gonna try to bang out movement 2, of course. And I'm gonna work on the other movements as well. We have Lamentos tomorrow. I think we're probably just gonna stick with that for tonight. Mainly Morel movement 2. That's the big thing right now. I started a new piece. That's in the morning session, though. Should I start a new night session piece? I think in like a week I'll be ready to do that. Not right now, though. I've been taking this time to answer comment questions. So let's take a look at the comment section. And it's one that I have answered before, but it's kind of the nature of these logs. There's just so much video sift through to find like any information at all that I think it's okay if I just remake the same video a couple times. And this is one that I made a long time ago, and I probably have some stuff to update to it. Well, this is a comment question from Skip Townie. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Friend of the channel, of course. This has nothing to do with the video, sorry. Just wanted to say I love your shirt. I'm sure it was a good one, whichever one you're referring to. Thank you, I appreciate that. I recently acquired someone's beginner classical guitar, a student that was upgrading to a real guitar. Haha. What, like a nicer classical guitar? My AC! I've had students' parents who say that too. Like, when's it time to get like a real guitar? And they're referring to like a steel string. Because I always encourage them to get classical starting out. I say like, oh, they're easier to play. And it's actually because I'm indoctrinating them into classical guitar. Because that's what I do. Expect that if you take lessons from me. So I've basically just been looking up a lot of classical guitar videos / channels, welcome, and seeing if this is something I should even try to pursue. As someone in their early 30s, I am hesitant to start something new and challenging. I wouldn't be hesitant. Early 30s is still pretty young. You still have some neuroplasticity, I think. You can still learn stuff, don't worry. This isn't guitar, but I'm pretty sure one of the winners of the Chopin competition, like, I think it was like 5 years ago, it was someone who started playing piano in their 20s. That's also piano, which is like button pushing and like super easy. But yeah, you can do it. My dad loves classical guitar, and I'd like to at least be able to play something simple for him someday. My dad loves like Santana, like that kind of guitar. He loves Van Halen, so you can imagine his disappointment. I don't really have any questions, suppose I'm just thinking out loud. Well, I think that there are questions in there. So you're a beginner guitarist, you're just dipping your toes in, checking the temperature. You have no idea where to start because like how could you? It's like a whole new subject. Where do you start? I'll just lay out some basics to start with. You already have a guitar. That's a pretty good step right there. You can at least start playing it. Now, of course, the first advice that I would say, and I'm not like hawking my own thing here, is get a teacher. You can go to your local music store, or you can pick a trusted YouTube guitarist. Either one. It's good to have some guidance, and even if you only do like 4 lessons or like 1 or 2 lessons even, just to give you that initial information, especially if you're like strapped for cash or something and you explain that to them, they'll hook you up with like months of work to do and like some general guidance. So I would recommend with any classical guitar teacher, honestly, just get a couple of lessons with them. They'll set you straight. And I'll tell you like what I would tell somebody in a first lesson if this was going to be like our only lesson. First thing, you got to learn how to read music. Now, that's the first thing. That seems kind of daunting. It's actually not that hard. You can honestly get like any sight reading book, the Mel Bay grade 1 book. Like, it doesn't matter. Up to like page 18 of that book. Do I even have that here? Oh yeah, here we go. This is the extended cut right here. This is the thick one. But yeah, it's just full of stuff like that, and it'll progress you up through the entire open position of the guitar. It's usually like the first 20 pages or so is that. Once you have that and you're able to read that, just throw the book away. You don't need it anymore. You know how to read the open position. That's perfect. Which, by the way, this is the open position. So all those notes. I'm a little cold. Yeah, there we go. Once you know how to read that, you're pretty much set to start going into Soar Opus 60, and I would just start with number 1 and work your way through like the first 3. Number 4, I would skip that one because it's in a weird key. You can try to figure that one out, but I wouldn't recommend that as a 4th real song to get into. 5 and 6, you can probably figure those out. I mean, by then, you've been playing for like a couple of months. If you've been like diligent, by the time you get to number 6, which by the way, Soar Opus 60, you can find that in my Google Drive folder that I have shared on YouTube. I had all of my music in there at one point, and I decided to remove all the stuff that's not public domain that I didn't get off of IMSLP, because I'm pretty sure that was illegal to distribute that. So, you know, let me know if I have like illegal documents in there so I don't get in trouble. I shouldn't even be saying this, actually. What do they call it, like the Barbara Streisand effect or something? That's how you can learn how to play the notes, at least, and I think that's a pretty good start. There are, of course, like technical details that need to be filled in, because you know what note to play. Do you know how to play the note? And I do have technique videos. You can try searching sore hands technique, or better yet, search classical guitar technique and watch like any other channel, because really this channel is kind of just about me practicing. But if you like hearing me deliver a lesson, you can find them. You'll have to sift through them. The format of these videos, it's very much like daily content that like I upload, and then I find that they don't really get watched like much after getting uploaded. I like to imagine that there's some people who like maybe watch the old ones. Is Sore Hands content like comfort content to anyone, where they just have it playing? I'd love to know. You should tell me if it is. That'd be sick. If you search on YouTube, there are really concise videos that you can find. None that I can name right now. I'm sorry. If you have like specific questions, I can help you if you post more. But yeah, that's where I'd start for reading music. And then from there, I would highly recommend just get a lesson. If you don't want to take consistent lessons with someone, just get like one lesson every month or every 2 months. But I think you'll find that once you do that first lesson, you'll have lots of questions by the time the next week rolls around, and you won't want to wait a month or 2 months for the next lesson. Because it really is like pay to play. Like, you know, pay to play games, like you're playing Clash of Clans and it's like you pay for your gems or whatever and you can upgrade your base. That's kind of what guitar lessons are. You can wait around for your elixir and your gold to generate from your mines, or you can just pump it with money, hard-earned money. You just spend it and it makes stuff go faster. That's what guitar lessons are. Anything else to say on that? I think we're good to go. That felt a little short, so I'm sorry if I didn't give you that much information, but in short, practice book, Soar Opus 60, move on to other composers after that, find a teacher. And then of course, if you like me, you can sift through my channel and find various videos where I explain things. Or you can also find other people who are much more concise than I am, because I am not concise. This is a practice log, so everything else is kind of just me procrastinating from practice. So I'm like, let me teach you something really quick. But you know, it's helpful if you watch them. If you watch me every day for like a year and you're not as good as I am at guitar, you should be better off than if you didn't, I think. What note was that? Guess the note. Don't cheat. Don't use your guitar. I think we're done here. So I'm gonna get to practicing. I'll see you in the piano bench. So you know, all the usual stuff. Morel movement 2. I'm gonna work on that along with the other stuff. Stuff. My tablet's gonna die. Alright, well, I'm gonna plug that in and I will see you on the other side. Okay, I think I'm about ready to call it a night. Today hasn't been super productive, but I did start working on Julia Florida because I have a student who's learning it. I've only been looking at it for like 30 minutes, so how about this? I'm gonna flip a coin. If heads, I'll play what I have of Julia. Tails, I'm gonna play the first movement of the Morel Sonatina. So I could go for either right now, honestly. We'll see what fate says. Found a quarter. Alright, heads is Julia. Ooh, bad luck, guys. I guess you'll get Julia next time. That's actually better, because it'll be more ingrained. It's been a while since I looked at that. I'm gonna look at Capriccio Arabe next. Maybe those will be like the pieces that I learn while I'm just getting the Morel Sonatina down. You know, those easy pieces, right? I'm just kidding. There's still plenty of work for me. There's a lot you can do with them. Oh, let me bring you closer. Alright, I'm just gonna try to feel it and have fun with it. One of my other students told me that whenever I say I'm just gonna have fun with it and feel it, that I always play better. So, I'm just gonna try to have fun with it. I'm gonna try to feel it. my AC turned on in the middle of that. Alright, that's coming along. Yeah, I'm reaching a breaking point with that one, because I don't know how to work this out. Like, I can do it in practice, but part of becoming an experienced guitarist is learning the difference between what you can do in the practice room and what you can do when you're actually performing it. Because I believe that fingering I can do in the practice room when there's zero pressure, but man, that's the weakest link, I think. Just getting that to happen. Because even just this is like low pressure. I wasn't nervous for this, but just the fact that it needed to be there, it's just so hard to make it come out. So you kind of have two options with something like that. Like, I can either just hammer it out, maybe that's what's gonna fix it, or I just need to change it and make it something simpler. I actually abandoned it in one of those and I just used like MI or something. Yeah. It's just not fast enough, that's the thing. I don't know. Oh, I should mention too, I changed my nails. I actually did a pretty dramatic change. I made them a lot shorter, and I think it was for the best. It's a lot easier to do rest stroke now, which is kind of nice. Like, before it would have been impossible to do that. I was doing long nails because I was convinced that it was better for my tone, but I'm actually finding I have a lot more control of my tone now. Alright, I need to end this. Okay, it's not happening. I've been trying to record this for like 25-30 minutes, and it ain't happening. I need to end this now. You know what? I was gonna do a daily listening. There's so much wrong with that. Ugh, God, today is not my day. I don't know. I did just change my nails. Not that that is doing anything at all. That piece is really hard. That piece is really, really hard. I need to think about that. I feel like that first movement is like the hardest movement. I feel like the third movement comes out so much easier. God, that first movement is so hard. It's like, it's hard to even pinpoint why it's so hard, because it doesn't seem like it should be. I might have to table it, because I know that I can get the third movement and the second movement up to snuff. I don't know with that first one, though. That one is a struggle, for sure. So, let's wrap this thing up. God, should I do the listening? Is that what I want right now? Yeah. Hey, well, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Man, sometimes they just suck, This one, I didn't get a whole lot done. I did read through Julia Florida, but that's like stuff I've done before. I need to put some thought into that first movement. I don't know. I'm pretty discouraged on it right now. I'm feeling like there's no way it's gonna happen at my current level. I'll let some time pass though, and maybe there's just some things that I need to isolate. Maybe I'll look back and see how I was playing it like a few months ago and see if it's any better, because that helps, I think, maybe. This is the most well-documented my life has ever been, so I should take advantage of that, shouldn't I? Hey, want some guitar lessons after that one? Well, watch the next one and I'll ask the same thing again. I'll play better next time. Got any questions about anything? Hey, I answered a question today. It was kind of short though, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. We're just showing up, doing the bare minimum. That's how it is sometimes. I have a feeling that tomorrow will be really productive though. So maybe I'll come back to your question. Usually I do listenings as well, like daily listenings. We're not doing that today. We'll do it tomorrow. No homework today, guys. Yippee. You get to do whatever you want. You'll have homework tomorrow though. Well, I think that covers everything. So, I'll see you tomorrow.